Hello. Been a couple of days since I did one of these, but a lot's happened since then. So I'm gonna run it down really quick. Launched the Work from Home episode 3. That came out pretty well. I already got people that are asking about the background music and stuff like that. So I can tell that a lot of the things that I put time into are actually hitting home. It kind of also helps cover up some of the noise and whatnot. Got a couple of people, so sent out about 3 or 4, actually more than that, probably about 6 or 7 invites, and have 2 or 3 on deck for just people kind of coming in. So at this point I'm about 3 weeks ahead, which is really nice because it feels like I have comfort to know that I have another one coming up, and I also have one on deck that I can still go with, so that's kind of really helpful. Recorded the language one with Laura, so that one was really cool. She was all the way in Argentina, and we had a really good dialogue. Had some technical difficulties there. Apparently ran into, I'm gonna have to test the system and see, because recording the actual video as well as recording the audio is fairly resource heavy, and it started to clam up as far as the audio is concerned, which is of course the most important. So but there is a way that you can apparently freeze it, and so that way it reduces a lot of the real-time processing, which will help free up CPU space to be able to do that. So that's something that I want to test just kind of internally, just to see how that works, just to make sure when I get on actual calls and doing more episodes with people, will actually kind of function smoothly. So that's something that's kind of on my to-do list. Push Podbean to the main site, so have their little site, and in there I just kind of say, although all of my episodes will still turn up, in the actual intro at the top it says, hey, this is the website at Ideaprov.live, to actually push it to the other site. Worked on that site some more, put up a social post saying that went live, so that was wonderful. Sent another episode 2 to the social, telling everybody, hey, the other thing, the second Work from Home one was live and good to go there. And then I just recently today edited the episode with Tom in regards to minorities in the workplace. So really haven't done these so much, and it might be I do longer ones and shorter as far as the volume is concerned. Maybe I do one a week, I don't know, instead of daily ones, so that way I don't ramble on, so you can see a lot of different things at the same time. I'm not really sure yet how that's gonna go, so I'm playing around with that because I like doing them every day because it makes me feel engaged, but at the same time I want to make sure that the value is there for people that are consuming these episodes in the future, that they don't get bogged down with just a number, because I don't want to get like 300 and you're just watching me talk and rant and ramble for forever, because I don't think that's going to be beneficial for most people that are trying to, whether or not they're emulating or whatever, as I'm rambling right now. So that's good. My learnings this time were, when I launched the Work from Home, that's exactly kind of why I do it. It's kind of a make sure to just kind of tap into that why you're doing it type of thing, so that way you can continue to put forth your best effort. While recording the podcast, the second learning was, of course, it's really fun. You're just kind of talking with people and opening up the conversation, but naturally, it's a very easy way to network with people, which is something that, quite frankly, I've never been the greatest at. I always seem to be, in my head quite a bit, and realize that people aren't as intimidating, so you can just kind of talk with them on whatever. And so by doing the podcast and opening up that conversation, you naturally have a bridged window of shared time in which you guys have shared ideas, you've shared, thought patterns, stories, all that kind of stuff. So by doing that, you've essentially had a coffee with somebody or something like that, and so you know them on a little bit better level, so that way in the future, if you expand your network, whether it's for a job or for business or whatever the case may be, it grows then. So I didn't even think about that aspect of it, but it's a wonderful byproduct that I think I'm going to use and tap into. And then the last learning that I have for right now is I didn't do some of these regularly, but I realized that the rhythm is very key, because you can get outside of rhythm and you can still do it. And I was working on Ideaprov, but I didn't do the videos for a day or two, so it felt like I kind of didn't get anything done, even though that I know that I did. So I'm gonna have to balance that with the value add that I was talking about before. But I think the learning is to find a rhythm that works for you. And it seems like to me, when I get a lot of things done, I'm able to feel good about it. Or even if I did some things. So if you can get 1 or 2 things done, great. And then just find that rhythm from day to day, just 1 or 2 things. For example, another thing that I did today was I started putting up my social calendar. I've been putting this off and procrastinating for a while because, once again, I'm in my head trying to figure it all out to make sure what's the best method, what I'm going to post on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, etc. Whether it's articles or videos or posts or captions or whatever. And so I just started because I have another episode will be dropping Monday, so just started pushing out content there into it, and then just add a little bit every day, add a little bit every day, add a little bit every day, and then just let it kind of grow organically. If it does, great, hopefully it does, but just have to put some work into it and then find out the different motives that'll work for me. So I'm really gonna start pushing out the episodes, and I think once I push out the episodes, it'll be really helpful for those people that were a part of the episode to be able to share it with their friends, family, colleagues, coworkers, etc. Because I think that will really do a really good job of being able to expose people, because then they'll see it on mine, and then some people might read there, and then they'll also see it on theirs. So that's the intent of what I was going for, so that's a win. Okay, I'm going to do some more tomorrow and definitely get this calendar up and rolling, so that way I can focus on bringing people into the podcast, doing those, and then just minimal calendar updates, and then interacting with comments. All right, tomorrow.